It's the weekly scraps. You don't need a map. GPS, I'm right here to lead the dash. Right. The world doesn't know it needs, but I grow disease. Planet fuck a name and the fame. Only legacy remains. Remember the name, Aljamain Sterling. It ain't shit. It ain't shit. Mother.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We are back. We got the boys in the house. Yeah. This is a fun episode, guys.
We're not here to talk.
We're not here about the fights. No.
I'm doing my Cat Williams right now.
Because if you look close enough that you know what you know, and ain't everything is a conspiracy.
Yo, how did you learn how to do impressions?
That's pretty fucking good, bro.
So who do you think did it? Joe Rogan. So who do you think did it? This is the 69th time I've been canceled on this one conversation.
Yo, that's so fucking good, bro.
That's unreal.
Cat
like
Williams.
Scary.
He's the man.
So you wanted to talk about Diddy having intercourse with men?
No.
Damn.
That's not what I wanted to talk about. That just seems to be a hot topic of what people are talking about.
With Meek Mill in specific.
Was it with Meek?
I mean, that's what they're saying. That Streets is saying that.
Bro, I just posted a video, a picture with Meek Mill's song.
That's a little.
Damn.
Bad timing.
That's a pause.
You hinting at something?
Yeah, what are you trying to say? Are you trying to? You're 34 years old now, Aljo.
I don't know. I agree with 50. Did he do it?
What's the deal with celebrities being sexually depraved maniacs, having like sex orgies and like blackmailing other celebrities with it? Like, why is this a common thing now?
But who starts it though?
Do you think, Dennis, that there's a cult in Hollywood that's like demonic and satanic? I mean,
They're eating babies.
Yeah, 100%.
You're a big Christian, Catholic, right?
Yeah.
You're a big Jesus guy.
Jesus, yeah.
But it's the same thing, Catholic, Christian? Or is it different?
It's
like,
small differences.
I feel like
but
Christian's
the
umbrella and Catholic is under that, right?
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
Okay.
But you know, you're big on the whole secret society. Like,
yeah.
So.
I think Jews run the world, bro, to be honest. I think the Jews are making them do it.
Well, if they are, if they
offense, you know?
If they are, I know nothing of it. So.
Wait, making them do
You're
what?
not in?
No.
You're not in with them?
I'm reformed, buddy.
What's he making them do? Wait, are we saying Jewish folks as in all Jewish folks or just like...
I think like the upper echelon.
Yo, here's what I be honest with this? I've been thinking deeply about this because my fellow Jews are catching a lot of flack these days.
Catching strays.
Yeah, you know, our PR is ass.
Yeah, whoever's running their Twitter account, bro.
Not good. We need better public relations. But everyone's always talking about how the Jews control this, the Jews control that, the Jews have all this money, they run the world. But no one says anything about these fucking oil sheiks in Dubai who literally just pay whatever dollar necessary to have whatever show they want put on for the world.
I wonder if the Jews control the sheiks.
No one says shit about... Wait, hold on. Who do you think has more money? The sheiks or the Jews?
The rabbit hole goes deep.
Who has more money? The guy who owns CNN or the guy who owns all of the oil in Saudi Arabia?
I don't know.
I don't know, actually, yeah.
The oil. What are we talking about? The oil is trillions of dollars.
Jake, calm
CNN
down.
is billions of dollars. I got this proper 12 in me.
Jake, calm down. Fuck, is this what Connor drinks that makes him crazy, bro?
It's not Coke. It's proper 12.
Yeah. Nah,
in a 3 milligrams.
Don't come in my Connor like that, bro. I love Connor.
Connor's our hero.
I love Connor.
Connor's our hero.
I love Connor.
Yeah. Connor
saying he has a good product.
We are Connor stans.
Yo, speaking of Connor.
Wait, hold on.
All right, go ahead.
Before we go to Connor.
I was trying to divert the...
Nah.
You were getting heated right now.
No, like, I feel like this is a good point I'm making.
Okay.
Everyone hates the Jews because, the Jews have all this money.
Who said the word hate?
Who said hate? Come on.
I love Jews.
Or no, okay, fine.
Come on, I got a lot of
Everyone
Jewish
has
friends.
something to say about the
my
Jews
Jewish
running
friend.
the world, owning all this stuff. And, you know, I'm sorry we're a successful group.
Yeah, but is that a bad thing?
Yes, what's wrong with that?
Because the whole implication is that we're, like, using it poorly. Like
wait,
our
you just
poorly.
made that. We never said that.
Yeah.
Come on.
What do you mean by
So,
you people?
yeah,
What do you mean by
literally
you
never
people?
said
You just
that.
said you think it's the Jews making the
Controlling
celebrities do demonic shit.
AKA the Illuminati.
So the Illuminati's a good or bad force in the world to you?
Well, the Illuminati's bad.
Okay, and you just said the Jews are controlling the
Yeah,
Illuminati.
but this group this upper echelon.
Hold on. All right.
Wait, can you be bad and good at the same time?
I'm
No,
good.
I don't think so.
I'm not in the Illuminati. I mean, if I was, I couldn't tell you.
What if say those Illuminati folks were doing like donations and stuff and helping out the homeless people?
No, I don't think they are.
If you are a pro athlete and you want to build your personal brand and merchandise collection, use code Aljo on Athlete Studios website for a $5,000 design credit for your logo and for your merchandise designs. Go check them out and tell them I sent you. Just use the code Aljo, ALJO. Now let's get back to the episode.
Hold on.
No.
Can we acknowledge how good my point was?
Very great point.
Like, no one says anything about any other group of rich religious people except the Jews.
I think what it is.
I think it's the Israel-Palestine thing right now.
That's a good point.
And the New York thing that happened where, like, the Jew crawled out of the sewer.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Wait, you didn't see that?
No.
Nah.
What?
Wait, what?
You didn't see that?
Where's my man at?
Yo, bro.
Yo, a Hasidic
was
Jew
hysterical.
with the
curlies.
the sitsies or whatever.
That's
The
what they're
curlies.
called?
I think it's the tootsies or.
I call him
whatever.
the curlies. Well, yo, what's up, Curl?
Yeah, well,
What's up,
I'm
Master Curl?
educating you right now.
Come on, Master Curl. What's up?
He
We're
came
about
out
to-
of there like
Yo,
Master Splinter, bro.
Yo,
Called
Aljo,
out
if
the
we air
sword.
this, you're losing all your
How
sponsors.
about, yo, the Curl
Your
Master?
focus is out after this.
Nah, the Curl Master, bro.
You gotta just hope
I'm the
Carver
Funk
does
Master.
well.
They're the Curl Master. What's wrong with that?
All right. Anyway,
Master Curl.
no one has anything to say about any other religious group.
Tell
or-
me about this guy who crawled out of a hole, the Curl Master.
So like a couple months ago on Twitter, this video of this Hasidic Jew crawling out of a sewer
In Brooklyn.
in Brooklyn like went viral as shit. And then all these conspiracy, and then they found like mattresses in this like
and tunnels underground.
and like tunnels and shit underground.
Well, there are tunnels underground.
Yeah,
no,
and
but
then
they built them themselves.
so the theory is that the Jews are sex trafficking in these tunnels underground, and this went viral on
Wait,
Twitter.
so where did that theory come
Allegedly, guys. Allegedly.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
YouTube.
Honestly, I didn't pay too much attention to it.
YouTube allegedly.
Because I was just
Yeah.
like more like, God,
Can
we
you
keep-
make sure you said allegedly, please?
from? Yeah. Now you're the one saying that people are
allegedly.
sex trafficking, bro.
Yeah, allegedly.
I'm saying
Yeah,
this
and
is
then
the
you say
rumor.
we
That's
say
a
it.
big
Dennis, you
accusation.
just said the Jews were the Illuminati, bro.
It's a big
Yo,
accusation.
you guys see the gaslighting in real time? You see, this is proper manipulation.
That was pretty good, huh? That was pretty good
Yeah.
gaslighting.
Wait, so this man
We don't talk about.
allegedly.
We don't talk about. Wait, can I gotta say something
I
about
just
the
want to know
Catholic
about
Church?
this,
Is that
Mr.
okay?
Curly.
The
Mr.
church.
I'll
Mr.
say it.
Curly.
You want me
Alright,
to say it?
Can we
I
talk
know what
about?
you're gonna say.
Everyone has something to say about the Jews. No one has anything to say. Oh, what are these oil sheiks doing behind closed doors? What are these Catholic Church people doing
Well,
behind
we know
closed
what the
doors?
priests do.
Yeah, like
They're dirty motherfuckers.
But it's like somehow there's 18 million Jews on earth. There's like 10 billion fucking Catholics and Muslims. And like
10
somehow the
billion.
Jews, I'm exaggerating.
I was like, there's not even. I don't think there's that many people, but
I think between Catholics and Muslims, it's like 3 or 4 billion people. And then somehow the Jews are the ones like ruining the world.
Well, I mean, Catholic priests obviously do get violated, which they deserve.
Yeah.
For
It's
fucking
not even
little
just
boys.
Catholics. Like my dad, like in the town he grew up in, his best friend's dad was a Greek Orthodox priest. And he got removed.
What does that even mean?
It's a type of it's a sect of the Christian denomination.
He was fucking with little boys.
Yeah, and then literally the church just uprooted his family and put him in Texas.
They should have killed him, bro.
Yeah.
Death penalty.
So it's just like a thing with I think it's cuz of that rule where the priests can't get married. So like who's going to want to do that except gay dudes?
I don't
what
know,
I mean?
bro. I think they should just die.
Maybe I'm crossing the line now.
Wait,
No, I mean it's a fact. It's not like
Like
it's
who
just like a big.
like any man who's like a straight man is going to be like, "Well, I can't do that cuz like I need to get married and have kids." Like
I need to release this seed.
this has to go, you know?
Somewhere.
So who does that
Someone.
position is left open for dudes who don't want to get married to women
So that goes back to my shit.
and is surrounded by little boys. I'm just saying whatever.
That goes back to my thing with these people in power. It's like a power thing.
Yes.
Because like these dirty ass priests, these evil motherfuckers, they have like these harmless, innocent kids by them, and it's a power thing. And they feel like they're the fucking man. Oh, everyone comes to listen to me preach and shit. And then you got these other musicians and famous actors who are in power, and they could get anything they want, so they need that next rush, which is doing all this crazy shit.
Okay, so let's take that back to Diddy.
Wait,
Is Diddy?
wait,
Did Diddy
wait,
fuck so
wait,
many chicks
Wait,
that he has to fuck dudes to get off?
The Hasidic man with the curlies. He crawled out of this thing in Brooklyn,
Yeah.
downtown Brooklyn. Like what
Now
part?
I just gotta find the video.
I don't
at this
remember
point.
where it was actually. It might have been
Yes.
Williamsburg.
So he crawled out of the hole in Brooklyn, a manhole.
No,
Something.
it wasn't a manhole. It was just literally like a sewer top.
Okay, so it came out of a sewer top. Wait, how do you get out of that? Those things are
I
so
guess-
small.
Yo, I'm about to show you the video right
exactly.
now.
Crawl
I'm about
out
to
of
show you
it.
the video right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It
not
was-
a sewer top. That's like a.
Yeah, like a vent.
A vent into the
Yeah.
ground.
But they had it covered by that newspaper.
And he
thing,
just
you see?
ran off.
Yeah, so my thing is like this man came out of this hole, right? And you're saying that they built tunnels
Well,
under the tunnels that are
then
already there?
pictures came out of the out of these tunnels
That was under their synagogue.
with
Yeah.
like mattresses in them and shit.
Yeah.
So the theory came out that like these Jewish people are like.
But it's
run-
their synagogue, so how can they be doing something like
But
that?
they went to different. They branched out.
It like the tunnels.
So you're
went
saying
far and
this?
wide.
You're saying the sets they got like this Curly West versus Curly East got tight. He took his set, Dipset, and then he went to the other side of town and he said, "I'm gonna do my thing over here. You stay over here. If you come back over here, we curling.
No. Girl.
we straight up curling." Because
What?
how
in
did
the-
they just branch off and just leave each other? That's crazy.
No, so they had like the synagogue was like their center,
Yeah.
where like what was the hub, and then they had tunnels from there branching out to other places. Now I don't know if it was to their homes, you know, but the problem with this is because there's no like architecture to it, and they're making these tunnels, shit can collapse.
Oh,
Like, buildings can
100%.
collapse.
You
Yeah,
collapse the
that's
whole-
the real problem.
Yeah. Unless they
With that.
unless they got plans from the city.
No city plans, nothing.
Well,
it was all
I mean,
illegal.
what if they do?
Well, it came out that they didn't.
How were these tunnels excavated? Is my question.
Yeah, like, I feel
what
like
was
someone-
the technology used? Because there's no way they were just picking.
That's what I'm saying. Like someone has to help them in that. Like you gotta have some
They
type
couldn't
of
be
idea
using
of what you're
dynamite.
doing.
I
Because
mean, no,
you
they
would
probably
feel
had
that.
like contractors that they knew
Yeah.
that were part of the synagogue that knew how to do it, but just did it without
How do
any
you do
approval.
And they said just don't touch that rock because this whole shit gonna come down.
Yeah.
'Cause that's essentially.
Actually, it's pretty impressive, bro, that the whole shit didn't collapse.
Yeah.
That they were able to do that.
I'm just saying we're a powerful group.
That's why you guys own the world.
We don't own the world.
You own a big portion of it. Oh no, actually, you know who owns most of the world? The Vatican.
Yeah.
They own most of the real estate in the world.
Who's that?
The Vatican Church.
I don't know
the
shit,
Catholic
guys.
Church.
I just know fighting.
Yeah.
Catholic Church.
The Catholic Church, yeah, owns the most real estate in the world.
That's
So here's my thing. So you got
powerful.
Israel. So Israel is the country. So Israeli people live there, right? That would be the correct term, like Jamaicans, Jamaica,
Yeah.
Israelis. So they're automatically born Jewish, kind of, sort of.
I don't
No,
know.
no. You're not.
It's a religion. It's like, but it's like people in Dagestan, you're pretty much born into your religion.
You're born Israeli, but if your parents are both Christian and you live and they birth you in Israel, then you're not Jewish.
Yeah, but I would imagine that most of Israeli is
It's like if
Jewish, no?
most of it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure there's some outliers.
there
but-
are. There's like Muslims that live there. There's people of all kinds of
Mhm.
creeds, colors.
I would love
shapes.
to go to Jerusalem.
Yeah, me
It's
too.
a very like historical site.
Not right now.
No, not I.
not
Obviously
now.
can't right
Definitely
now.
not right
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna go.
Yeah, go travel that side of the world, make our way to Dagestan, wrestle with some bears. All right, now back to Diddy.
Back to Diddy.
Anyway, so the Jews told Diddy to fuck dudes. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah.
We don't. You think the Illuminati's Jewish? You think they're all Jewish?
I don't know about all.
I don't think you can be religious and in the like you can't if you believe in God.
Stop.
Like
if you believe in God, what?
Stop, bro. Come on. You know how people believe in. You're allowed to kill people in the name of Allah. What are we talking
that's the
about?
only religion where that's a thing.
Yeah, but we have our religion where people kill people all the time, and they're Christians. They
yeah,
believe
but
in
it's one
God.
thing to say I believe in God. It's another thing to actually fear God and like live your life that way.
Yeah, but we're human.
Yeah, some people say they're a faithful man and they're not. Like
You come home to
some
your
people-
girlfriend, your wife. Let me say your wife
All right, let's hear this.
being banged. You just came home from work. You bought her some In-N-Out burgers. She's upstairs getting her burger plowed.
What the fuck?
What are you gonna do?
She's getting the lettuce and tomato laid down.
I'm gonna be like, God, I'm sorry.
no,
I'm about to sin.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Like, but you're still a God-fearing man. Like, I think people are human. I think it's hard to say because you believe in God that you wouldn't do something crazy.
No, but
right?
I think
at least
I think to be in the Illuminati as we know it, as what we think of it as, you kind of have to be like an egotistical maniac who thinks you can control the world, which inherently means you don't believe in God. You might say you believe in God, but like you actually don't. Like you think you are God.
I do. I know one person who's a Freemason, but he is a God-fearing man. He's Muslim, actually.
Mm-hmm.
He told me in Freemasonry, you have to believe in a higher power.
Okay.
But then you have the theories that these high-degree Freemasons are doing all these satanic rituals and doing all this craziness.
I mean, I'm sure there's levels to it.
so he just stumped your whole thing.
I'm saying there's a group of people who like are trying to like control the world and manipulate things to be a certain way so they have the most control. Those people are sociopaths who they believe they can control the entire human population.
Yeah, and it goes back to power, like I said before.
That means that you don't believe in a higher power.
They think they are the higher power.
Yeah, which means exactly. So you don't believe in anything higher than yourself.
But what if they actually think that God gave them the power to do
like
that?
Hitler.
Yeah, that's another thing, yeah.
We just have to get one of these guys on the show and come sit with us and talk and explain like their thinking.
That would be cool. That would be awesome.
How would we ever
Probably
know?
would never happen.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's
come on my show.
Yeah, just expose yourself.
Talk with us.
But like to believe in God is to believe like there's something bigger controlling everything and like you're not the biggest thing on earth. That's like part of it. If you think you can like have complete power over earth and like the guy Klaus Schwab who runs the World Economic Forum, like he's literally like got all these ties to like all these different economies and like all these different like judiciary systems, and he's like literally like controlling laws in certain places that's like causing more crime to happen.
Where's he from?
Germany.
He's German?
He wrote a book. He runs the World Economic Forum. He wrote a book that when like I think he was a Nazi.
Oh shit.
Something like he was like his job was to like hunt down Jews, and he wrote in his book that those were the best years of his life.
That's fucking crazy.
And this is
bro.
the guy, or maybe that's George Soros, I think, who's another one of these guys. It's like one of the I think it's George Soros, not Klaus Schwab.
No, it is Schwab because I saw a clip of him saying that too.
Okay, it's one of them too, but these are both guys who like have insane amount more power than like the president, like
Yeah.
more like ties and like more like he's in more people's pockets that are running shit than like a world leader. Like he is a world leader at this point, and he like these people they don't fear God. They think they are God.
You don't think they believe in
These are the
anything?
same types of people that are like Hitler types or like Stalin types who
Well,
like
what makes you say so strongly that they don't believe in God? Like, have you heard? Like, what makes you just?
I mean, I know what it means to believe in God, and I see their actions, and they could say whatever they want. I can say I believe in God, but if I go steal, I'm an unfaithful man, I am an alcoholic, then it's like I don't. Then how could I say I believe in God? I don't act like I believe in God. I don't act as if God exists and is judging me.
But you drink.
Yeah, but I'm within reason.
Are you though?
Yeah, definitely.
So then what if you're saying you're within reason, and then what if their thing is like, oh, I do it within reason too. I have all this, I could do this, it's within reason.
I'll have a drink once in a while or a few, but I'm not trying to manipulate people and like steal from people and like.
Yeah,
and
not
like,
that part, just the drinking part.
Yeah,
Because that's supposed
I
to
think
be.
it's the whole thing.
That's
though.
supposed to be bad.
Yeah, still technically a sin is a sin.
Yeah, I mean.
You can't pick what you're sinning and not sinning. Come on.
So. Hold on.
Wait. Make sure this is on, please.
It is.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay. I'm about to say that would be tragic.
I mean, I know that one's on.
Nah, but I do see your point. I do
Hold on,
think.
but, like there's evil people.
Of course.
And then there's people who sin once in a while, but are good people overall that have the best intentions. Like
Jeffrey
like,
Dahmer. He's
no.
an evil motherfucker.
Yeah, he's evil, right? Like, there's a huge difference between someone who doesn't do everything completely correct and someone who's evil.
But what's interesting about the Dahmer thing, not to go crazy off topic, but someone like that we consider evil, of course, because what he done, like, that's really fucked up shit. But isn't there something to be said about, like, the mental side of it? Like, he was allegedly wired like this? Or...
I don't know, because I think people always can make choices.
That's what I feel, too.
Like, have you ever had an urge to do something bad that you know is the wrong thing to do, but you choose not 100%. To do it? But you could choose to do it and blame all your past traumas as to why you want to hurt this person, but you don't. You make that choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
You know
evil.
what I mean? So when someone has the knowledge of good and evil and they choose evil, they're an evil person.
I agree with that.
That's like the whole Adam and Eve thing. Like that's like in that story, that's how humans like gained consciousness, which meant they had the knowledge of good and evil. And like, what is evil? It's like when you know, like when you understand that you can hurt people and you choose to. Like, you know what it is to hurt somebody else and you choose to. That's kind of my understanding of it, you know?
That shit's fucked up.
So like,
It is fucked up.
so like, if I know, like, if I'm a sociopath and I'm like acquaintances with Dennis and I feel like I can get something out of him, I'm gonna manipulate him and like be dishonest in my ways and try to manipulate the situation just to benefit me, despite him.
Is that what you do to take all my Zyns, motherfucker?
Word, yeah.
No.
I see what you be doing.
You be taking my last Zyn every
all the time. I keep telling you, like, you always taking the last one.
We
Fuck you.
fucking caught you, man. We got this motherfucker.
You over here manipulating.
Ask how many
on
times I've
4K.
charged. Ask how many times I've charged Dennis to do work, free work.
Every time this motherfucker, here's
What
the
are you
invoice.
talking about?
This motherfucker said, here's the invoice. Pay me after your fight. All right.
Cap. When? You know that's bullshit.
Damn.
Like-
So essentially, Diddy is, you know, and I just listened to this Candace Owens thing. I love her.
Yeah, she's amazing.
I think people are gonna be pissed that I like her. I think she's very fair in her assessment, and I think she's at least seems to come off where she's wrong about something. She's willing to take ownership about it. But even the way she stands up for like the black community, and she tries to, like, people get pissed at her, but I'm like, if you actually listen to what she's saying, I think she has a lot of fair points. Like talking about like white supremacy and things like that. Like that's not the main cause of why the system is the way it is. Like there are other reasons, but that's one of them, but that's not the main reason.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she has a lot of good points. And she was talking about the Diddy thing and kind of like how the media is kind of blowing it over and trying to like almost bury it. And I think it's because there's a lot of people that are involved in like that higher echelon that it's going to follow them back
And
in
that
the
he has
paper
black
trail.
belt on probably.
Yeah. Because they say he used to do all this crazy stuff, like has cameras in his thing, and he records everybody. He'll do these crazy freak parties.
That's what Epstein did too.
And it's, yeah, everyone's got their cameras out, blackmailing each other, and just like, you're all part of the clan. Like,
Yeah.
this is for life.
But
It's
like,
crazy.
So I have a theory, like with celebrities.
You have
and
a theory?
No, I actually don't. I should get some.
You should have dipped right now. You should get some.
I should buy some. I'll buy some today. So my theory is like celebrities, like A-list celebrities, they get so much access to like spoils and like
What would you consider us?
not A-list.
What would you consider us?
I don't
What
really-
letter?
I
What
don't
letter
really
in the
know.
alphabet?
I would. I'm like a G maybe.
Yeah.
I'm like down
I'm
there.
a double D. Nah.
So you're not gonna tell me?
Like C probably. C. I don't know. I don't even think Sean O'Malley is an A-list celebrity, to be honest. Like Connor is the only UFC
Oh, he's salty.
celebrity.
He's
who's
salty. He's hating on him. He's got 3 times as many followers as you.
No,
Holy
I
shit.
think A-list celebrity is like the people who are like in Hollywood
Yeah.
or like rapper or like artists who are
Connor.
signed to major labels who are like winning the biggest awards. type
Connor's
thing.
A-list.
Definitely Connor's A-list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in Connor's in Hollywood now. Like he's got like the 7 of the 10 biggest pay-per-views ever in pay-per-view history. Like he's definitely
I
A-list.
think I might be like a C or a D. If I'm being aware. Say like
I
C
think
or
that's
D.
fair. Yeah, I would say C. I don't really know like after A, I know who's an A-list, and then after that, I just don't really like
Yeah.
know how to categorize it. But like anyway, I think those type of people, they're like who have so much money and so much fame, and they get like they can any girl they want to, like all the hottest girls come through every day. Like I think
We're gonna have to do a lot of bleeping in this episode,
Yeah.
by the way.
like yeah, definitely fuck. This is a lot of work. Like
It's gonna be a lot of work.
I got to do this, guys. Like they, like there's a theory that like a Diddy, for example, like probably had sex with so many girls that like to get off, like he couldn't get off to just normal sex anymore. So he had to like do even more depraved stuff over, and then it just develops into this thing where it's like I gotta. Like, I can't even have sex with my wife anymore unless I watch her get railed by, like, 3 other jacked black dudes. You know what I mean? Like that's the type. That's the type of shit. No, that's the type of shit.
Whoa.
That's the type of shit, like,
You are cucking right now.
that's the type of shit, like, that's rumored that he was doing. Or, like, even that he was doing gay stuff.
Wait, Diddy would do that shit?
He would have, like, so Cassie, his ex-wife,
Yo.
that was the lawsuit that just came out.
G-H-E-Y.
That she, like, sued him for, like, making her do all these crazy things, like have sex with all these random
Yeah.
dudes, and like
What
he
the
would
fuck?
watch, and like he would make her do it,
That's crazy.
and he
as
just paid her
fuck.
$30 million.
But you just reminded me of something. Ted
No,
Bundy.
they said they didn't reveal how much they settled on.
The
At least that's what
rumor,
Candace
the
Owens
rumor
said.
was $30 million,
Ah.
or more, or no, I'm sorry, I think she sued him for $30 million, but they settled for an undisclosed amount. I'm sure it was more.
Wow, that's fucking insane, bro. Bro,
So
Ted Bundy, when he was doing his last interview in jail, and obviously we all know who Ted Bundy is and what he did.
Who is he? No, I'm joking.
He said that the reason it all started with him was because of porn. And he said you watch porn and then you get off and then you get used to it and then you need this next thing and then the next thing and then it goes from like regular to like the hardcore shit and then like the whipping or whatever, like the hurting, the hardcore, whatever.
A little BDSM.
Yeah, I guess that's what it's called. And then and then you always need more and more and more. And then that next drive is what led him to do this. And that's how he would get off.
I think he said that. Like I had a friend who like watched all, like who was like really, like, this is gonna sound weird, but he was like really like fascinated by Ted Bundy because he was an actor, and he always thought like that would be an interesting character to play. That could have been a crazy just excuse that he had, but anyway, he was like he watched all these interviews, and my friend for some reason thought that was bullshit, like that reason he gave was like just cap.
You ever watch
mean-
Billions?
No.
I feel like people become serial killers because like horrible fucked up shit happens to them at a really young age that like
But he didn't really have any craziness in his childhood.
he kind of did.
He
If
just grew up. He didn't really grow up with a dad, I think, is all it was.
He found out like when he was like 10 that his grandpa was his dad, and like fucked his mom.
So that's gonna make you go kill people?
I'm sure that, bro.
Your grandpa is your dad.
Like this guy who he thought was his grandpa was actually his father, and like his father, so that means his mom's dad raped his mom to have him.
Oh, I think that is what happened. Actually.
And that's like, think about that, bro. Like,
But that's not gonna make you go kill women and.
yeah, but if you have a
mom's dad.
messed up abusive upbringing, and then you find that out, and it just like when you're a kid, like they say like the way you interact with your parents like shapes your view of the world. So if your parents like mistreat you and like neglect you and like abuse you, you're gonna think that that's how the world is. You know, that's like your introduction to life.
Bro, I just think if you're a grown ass adult, you can make your own decisions based no matter what
I
you
agree.
went through.
Yeah, I'm sure the porn had something to do with it too.
But he was a very smart guy, bro. He was in politics. He had like a fucking master's degree and shit. He had everyone fooled. He would like go to church and stuff. He had everyone fooled. Like his own family had no idea he was doing anything until he got caught. And then, bro, he got arrested. This motherfucker, he was in the courthouse. He jumped out of the second-story window, survived, ran off in the mountains and hid in the mountains. And the only reason they caught him again is because he couldn't survive, and he went back and turned himself in because he was gonna die of starvation. Isn't that crazy?
It's actually wild.
I feel like there's like a sin of indulgence and like non-moderation where it's like if you enjoy something and like let's say I like drinking, right? I do like drinking. So like if I like let it get out of hand and I let it like I let that like demon enter my life and like have its way with me, that's how someone will become an alcoholic. Like they indulge that joy way too much and don't moderate it, where it becomes out of hand and it like takes over their life.
I think
So, like,
that's why
that-
everyone's depressed right now.
But that can happen with like sexual shit too. Like I think that's what happens to these celebrities. Like they just have so much access to like pleasure and like validation.
You get you get so used to having so much money to just be able to do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, like
what's really gonna tickle your fancy to a certain point? Like
Like-
you could do whatever you want. So
Yeah.
at some point, going to the taking a walk around the block isn't as fun.
Yeah.
or
going
just
to watch a
normal
movie
sex with someone who loves you. Like that.
isn't
Fuck
as
that.
fun.
Like I need big sex orgies and cocaine and like
And then is that how it leads to like gay sex like these guys are doing, like Diddy?
that's what they say. Like a lot of I've heard like one of the theories is like a lot of the rappers will like who like are rumored to have gay sex is because they have sex so many times that it's like it just becomes boring for them, like with women.
The world can keep its money, bro. I don't need
Yeah.
all that money, bro.
You know what I
I'm good
mean?
on
Like
that
it's
shit.
it's like weird. It's like why I don't necessarily want too many spoils in my life. You know, I want to be like
Yeah,
a
I'm
normal
good.
human
I'll
being,
stay
like-
normal then. I don't need
Yeah,
that
like-
gay shit.
But like even people like they get like millions of dollars and then they want billions of dollars because like millions isn't enough. You know what I mean?
I think that's more the quest for just as a man, you just kind of want to conquer and just want more. I
Would
think
you
that's a little different.
would you take $1 million right now or flip a coin for $1 billion?
I think I'm flipping that coin.
I would flip the coin too.
You 10 years ago before you were a successful man.
Okay,
What are
yeah,
you
let's say
taking?
that.
Like if you're in my position right now, like I have a little bit of money set aside, but I'm still 23 and like have my life to
Yeah.
get rich, you know? Like I'm not rich yet. Like if you're in my position, which choice would you take? Flip a coin for $1 billion or take $1 million right now? Untaxed. Like $1 million in my bank account.
I would take the $1 million because I know that $1 million could now parlay into other things because now I have access. But I think that's what I'm saying. That you could becoming a conqueror. It's like you conquered this. Everyone always talks about their first $1 million and what they would do. If I had $1 million, what would I do? Even though it's no longer what it used to be, right?
It's definitely not.
You make it, but then it's like, okay, I made $1 million. Now what? You want to make more. You always just want. That's just the human. The way we're just
Yeah.
driven. Like we
I don't
just
know. I
always
feel
want
like
more.
if I got to a point, like I'm building my business right now. If I got to a point where like, I'm just gonna throw out a number. Let's say I was making $200K profit a month. That's in my it's my money. I don't think like I think I would be at a point where I'm like I can afford whatever I want. I can go wherever I want, whenever I want. You know, I would rather just like chill and stay at that level.
But you would get bored, bro. As a man in society, like you would get bored. You need something to stimulate
That's
you.
what I feel too. Like you want to feel like you're chasing something. Otherwise, you're just living day to day and doing the same thing. And like, what excites you?
All right, but I'll ask like, you're at a point right now, like.
Even
like-
for fighting, I'm at this point. I'm like, I did everything I wanted to do. It's like, what else am I supposed to do?
Yeah, like you want to.
I want to conquer more. I gotta get a 145,
but
and
it's-
hopefully I could do something.
my
close
point
enough.
is I would never want to get to the like to me the most important thing is like family. So it's like I want to have a family and like I don't want to ever be the guy who's like neglecting my family in order just to get more excess that I don't actually need to live a better life.
I feel you, Dominic
If I'm,
Toretto.
you know what I mean? But you hear about the what'd you call me?
Dominic Toretto.
Who is that?
Nothing's more
Ah,
important
bro,
than
you need
family.
to-
Damn,
Man,
Fast
you
and
these
Furious.
movie
Oh my god,
references, bro.
this guy hasn't watched Training Day. He hasn't watched Belly. He hasn't watched Boys in the Hood.
Friday.
He hasn't
any of the
watched
Fridays.
anything.
I've watched like
He doesn't know Fast and
I watched
Furious.
like mafia shit.
At least you should at least been able to watch at least one or two Fast and Furiouses before.
I have
'cause
watched one.
They have like 10 of them. So
I watched one of them.
You don't need to
in
watch all 10.
theaters. Like when I was like 12.
Nothing's more important than family. Dominic Toretto. Vin Diesel.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you
But
see
nah,
what I'm saying?
I follow you though.
Like
I think that's an
like,
important thing.
You're okay. Like we were in Bali together, right? And you were like, the cool thing about Bali is how cheap it is. Like if you have like a little bit of money set aside, you could really make it stretch there. and live like in paradise. Like it's paradise.
And I would get bored because it's like, well, what am I doing? Like
Yeah.
life is just easy.
I'm sure you'd want to participate in another
something
complex game of life, but
Yeah,
like
of
like another
course.
business endeavor or something. But like my thing is like I would rather just like I would want to keep playing the game, but I wouldn't want to like get so obsessed with like hitting a certain dollar amount that I like neglect all the other important things in life. That's my point.
I don't think
Once
it's about
I get to a certain
dollars,
level.
Because I know so many successful people who, for them, they don't have to work anymore, but they do it just because they love the thrill of winning and accomplishing something and fulfillment. I think it really comes down to fulfillment, like what fulfills you and gives you purpose in
on
life.
a day-to-day basis. And that's why I almost feel sad for these guys. I'm not saying I'm justifying anything that they do, but I feel sad. Is like, even like Justin Bieber, he's supposedly attached to this whole thing too. He's got some stuff he spoke out on.
Against Diddy?
Yeah, I didn't watch the video yet, but he spoke out on a couple of people. But I'm gonna watch that. I saw that on YouTube also. But I think a lot of these guys at a young age, they get exposed to these things, or even at any age, they get exposed to certain things, and then you get to a certain part, like Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus, like to be that super pop star Disney girl. Like, you think you're living a normal life after that?
No.
Yeah.
No, probably doing all kinds of drugs, all kinds of shit. What fulfills you at that point?
I don't know.
It gets crazy, man. It's like scary to kind of think about.
But I think the Justin Bieber thing was like Usher took Justin Bieber under his wing, but like had him around Diddy at a really young age. Like the video that came out was like Diddy like giving Justin Bieber, like he was like, when you turn 16, I'm about to buy you this car. Like,
Yeah.
and like it was just like kind of in the light of like Diddy having all this sexual stuff put against him. It's like, what was he doing to Justin Bieber? And Justin Bieber had a music video come out like in 2019. I remember this was a big headline. He put out this. He had this song called "Yummy,"
Oh, yeah.
and the music video that came out had like very cryptic like imagery that referred to like the Hollywood elite being sexual predators. Like that was like a big headline. So I'm like, damn, I wonder if Justin Bieber was like getting passed
Sexualized.
around and like.
Fuck, don't talk about the Biebs like
And
that.
he
bro.
literally like
Fucked
he
up.
had like a
Don't talk about the Biebs
when he
like
was
that, bro.
18, he was like
Call him passing around.
doing drugs and like
It's nuts.
lean and like acting out, pissing on his neighbors' houses and shit. Like,
Yeah, but all those guys who got money, Lil Pump, all these Skyrocket, whatever, all these little silly names, when they have the money in their ears, like these guys get money, they just do the craziest things. They blow their money and then they come back. Man, I had everything, I lost everything. I wish I just knew. Like, but you don't know any better. Like, you're so young and impressionable. Like, everything is just.
but it's
Yeah.
sad because there's like
It's very
adults.
sad.
There's adults like managing these child stars,
Yeah.
but they don't stop them from like Justin Bieber has like Scooter Braun's his manager, right? And like if Justin Bieber was being like in these circles with Diddy and Usher and like doing this crazy stuff that like is rumored that happened to him, like where were these other people like stopping this from happening? You know what
They
I
were
mean?
probably involved too.
I give you $1 million. Right?
Me?
Yeah. At the age of 8.
Bro, of course I would do the same dumb shit.
As I'm saying, like,
Bro, not million,
imagine
not
your
a
parents
million.
trying
He
to
was like
manage
13 with like the 4 biggest songs that year.
you.
Like,
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
that
just
are
put
like
your-
still played today. That's how big they
it's
are.
like, try
Like,
to imagine what that life is like.
go from like the projects in Canada, or like he was living in like a really crappy area in Canada.
But what's the difference from like a NFL athlete coming from the hood
Nothing.
or a kid coming from the South, dirt poor, nothing, just playing football, playing basketball, you make it.
I think for athletes, we have to really work hard and earn what we get
Yeah.
instead of it just coming like randomly, just for a song, you know,
Honestly,
or for like a movie role.
But you still have those athletes who still fall under those same similar traps. We don't know how deep it goes because they're not probably making as much in the sense of like some of these other artists and things like that, because that's another level of money.
Yeah, that's
But-
true.
I think also UFC athletes have the most like
We're the most real, bro. Just say it, bro.
like
Yeah.
no like there's like
Damn.
a lot of NFL stars are just like
Just say it, bro.
just born talented and they like just cruise their way into the NFL. Like, I'm not saying it's not hard work, But like I was just listening to this one guy, like Max Crosby. He's a big guy on the Raiders who's like one of the best football
It's
players.
like #1 in the league, I heard.
And like like he's one of the best football players on earth right now, American football. And
Lineman.
he was like not a very good football player, and then like in the middle of his high school career, he just like had like a huge growth spurt, and then like from then on, he was like a star. Like, and it just like. Then he wanted to go to the NFL. Like before then, it wasn't even a thought. But then like now he's like body just like
I'm 6'5".
miraculously like he became this guy. And then like D1 school, he like he like changed positions when he got to college and like took to it really well. And then like went to the NFL and now he's like one of the best. Like I think a lot of like in other sports, it comes a lot like some of these guys it comes a lot easier to them. Of course, there's guys who work hard and everyone has to work hard to be a pro athlete. But like UFC fighters, it's like a different. Grind. I think like no one's
just say it, bro. We're the most real. You can say it.
Yeah, like no, I don't think you can't like just be talented and get to the UFC. Like it's like you can't just be athletic and then like get to the UFC. You have to like get the shit kicked out of you in training, like for a long time.
Some guys that are talented. I mean, we've seen some of these guys that are just talented and they come in and they get when they finally meet their maker, and they realize like, oh,
There's levels.
there's someone who's just as tough as I am.
Yeah.
But I know overall what you're saying.
Like an athlete will learn the sport faster and probably be able to get to certain positions better because they're more athletic or their limbs are longer or whatever. But like you still gotta like take your licks, you know what I mean, and like train with other fighters and shit and spar. You can't just like be a super like long guy who can run fast and juke people out quickly and like catch balls and like. You're just talented as fuck. Pause.
You're the only one out here catching balls.
Yeah, you gotta pause that.
Relax.
Yo, so what do you think about Ryan Garcia, bro? You think he's crazy?
Oh, that's a good one. Why are you asking me?
I'm just asking. I'm asking both of you.
I don't know, because the whole thing they tied him up. All I keep saying is, Ryan, I fuck with you, but who's they?
Who's they?
Who is they that tied your ass up and let you watch them?
And
rape
why were you
someone?
there? Like, did they take you in the middle of the night and take you to this place called Bohemian Grove? And that's what it's called. It's like this big.
Yeah, we all know it's real though.
Do you know about Bohemian Grove?
No, I don't. You guys know
Oh,
all
are you
these.
serious?
I don't be paying
Explain
attention to none of
Bohemian
these
Grove to
things,
Aljo.
man.
Bro, Alex Jones, he snuck in with a video recorder years ago. I remember watching this when I was a kid, bro, like maybe 13. So like 13 years
Damn,
ago.
that's crazy. You're tied in as fuck.
Yeah, bro.
You're locked in.
And then it was like all these like politicians and like world leaders or whatever, and then they go to this place and they do rituals in front of like this giant owl statue, and they're like they make it look like it's a body wrapped up in something, and they throw it in the fire, and like there's these like chants and there's rituals. They're saying these words.
They're apparently sacrificing children.
Yeah.
They're eating the babies, Joe. They're eating the babies.
The frogs are gay.
The frogs are gay. Alex Jones.
So Ryan Garcia said that they took him there and tied him up and made him watch children get sexually assaulted. But I'm like, how'd you get there?
But maybe it was one of those things like people who go to, like let's say Epstein invited someone to his private island. Like, yo, bro, I got a private island, come party. Everyone's going to be there, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then you go there not knowing what's going to happen or what's really there. And you go and then you see they fucking grab you and they make you watch this shit. And then you got a camera recording you, making it seem like you're part of this.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's just wild to even think about. Like the timing, the setups of all of this to make all of that happen.
Here's my thing,
is
bro.
so dialed in tight. It's probably like another day. Like, you guys know what to do. Code Blue.
Yeah.
We got them.
Yeah.
But this is their strategy, bro. If I'm thinking it from their point of view, okay, we want him to say this. We want to influence this amongst these people. We'll use him. He's getting famous. We'll blow him up even more. But he has to say and do what we want him to do.
I don't know. I feel like
that
what's
note,
more likely?
I'm out.
That happening to control Ryan Garcia, or he has a fight coming up and this is a hot trendy thing to say and he wants to sell pay-per-views.
I
You
thought
think
about
sells
that.
pay-per-views?
Bro, the amount of attention he's getting right now.
Yeah, I'm
I don't
sure
know. That's
everyone's
making
gonna-
me buy pay-per-view.
I
You
think-
talking about you getting raped?
Bro,
I'm gonna watch the
this is
fight.
how marketing is, right? If I can get more organic eyeballs to my product, it's gonna inherently sell more. If I get 1 million views on my product it might sell 10%. It might convert 10%. If I get 10 million views, it might sell 8. It might convert 5%, but that's way more.
Makes sense. Like,
you know what I mean? That's marketing.
That's conversion
So,
on numbers. But
if I'm
at
Ryan
the same
Garcia,
time, how much is that really gonna give him pull to like sell that much? Like, that's the part that I'm like, what, is that really gonna make that much of a dent?
I mean, I'm sure. I didn't even know about that fight until all this.
Well, I mean, I knew about the fight.
Yeah, I mean, but like, I'm an example. I didn't know about the fight, and now I know about it. Because Ryan Garcia is tweaking.
Are you gonna spend your pay-per-view money now?
I'm definitely gonna watch the fight.
So are you gonna spend your pay-per-view money now?
Somebody is gonna, and I'm gonna tag along, but not me.
So
I'm
my
just the
thing
camera
is,
guy.
so I've thought of that too now. So my thing is, okay, let's say it is to sell the pay-per-views. What happens now? You're written off by everyone. No one fucks with you
Who's
anymore.
writing him off, bro? You know how much money he makes people?
Yeah, but you're a
But
liar.
we're all talking about how his mental health is messed up and all kinds of things now.
Dude, he could literally be sitting watching us all tweet about how unhealthy he is mentally, laughing at us, being like, I'm playing these motherfuckers. We've seen that happen a million.
Yeah, but
Kanye
then
does
what
that every
happens
2 years
after,
like
bro?
clockwork.
But what happens after now?
What happens? Let's look at Kanye. Kanye's a perfect example. Kanye acts crazy
Kanye.
every 2 years like clockwork. I remember he'll come up, he'll make a huge scene, talk about how Hitler was great, sell a bunch of albums, sell a bunch of Yeezys, and dip out. And then I'm like, damn, it's been a while. Literally every 2 years. Damn, it's been a while. I literally think this to myself. When Kanye's quiet, I'm like, when's Kanye coming
You
back?
think about Kanye a lot?
Not a lot, but he's a great
Sounds like
example.
Yeah, because
Tell me I'm wrong, though.
I don't know if that's very accurate, to be honest. But
How?
I really don't.
You don't think-
I can't justify that on the time scale to know if that's very accurate or not.
It's like, literally like, he's doing it right now.
Because I feel like a lot of the things Kanye says, some of it has some validity to it. Even now with all this stuff coming out with Diddy, justifies a lot of the things that he said before.
No, I know. That's fine.
So it's like,
But my thing is he comes out, says crazy things, comes out with these crazy conspiracies. Then
is
he
it
drops
crazy
an album.
conspiracies though? If there's now they actually have legs.
I'm saying they seem crazy at the time.
Okay.
He says all these things, drops an album, drops a Yeezy line, and then dips.
Like, he's not fucking with Adidas no more.
He literally is still. Like they took him back. Like Yeezy is coming out under Adidas.
I thought he just had that thing with Kai Cenat where he thought he was making fun of his stuff and he said you ain't say nothing about the Adidas though.
Yeah, when Adidas dropped him, I think is what he was referring to. But literally Adidas took him back and started releasing Yeezy again.
So are you sure
That's
it's
so
not just
crazy.
him just striking while the iron's hot and just making extra money off of it?
I feel like Kanye knows how to create controversy and chaos where everyone's talking about him. And then
So you think Ryan Garcia is that smart?
Yeah. Bro, look at if someone is like figuring out how to navigate the boxing world and get tons of money out of it for themselves, you have to give him credit where it's due.
So you think he's that smart to do all this? Just
I
to
think-
sell pay-per-views
I think it's-
that he doesn't own the rights
Hold
to?
on. My point is, I think he is smart, first of all. I mean, to get to where he was even before all this craziness.
He's smart, but I'm saying that smart.
Bro, a lot of people do this. He's not the first guy to do this.
Okay, besides Kanye, like you said.
How many celebrities
supposedly.
like act out and then like
I don't really
Drop
know too
a
many,
movie.
bro. I
Or
mean, I
drop
know
an
that
album.
Juicy Smole, whatever his name was. I know he had that whole little scandal thing,
Yeah, he tried.
but it really did not
It
work.
backfired.
I don't even know who that is, so that's how
He's
you
the
know.
guy who like
He was from like
Chicago.
Empire.
Yeah,
Oh, I
but
don't even know.
he like got out of the airport and like hired 2 guys to come kick his ass and then make it seem like it was a racist attack.
Yeah.
And then he was
Wow.
gonna drop an album while he was like under all this spotlight. I'm
It failed.
That's really
Horribly.
embarrassing.
like
Damn.
controversy
So
sells.
okay, so what happened now? No one knows about him. He fell off the face of the earth, right or wrong?
Kind of, sort of. And he's the hottest thing since sliced bread and deep dish pizza in Chicago. So
Not now.
So that's my point with Ryan Garcia. If it comes out that he was doing all that to just promote the fight, he'll fall off. I think he'll fall off the face of the earth. No one will take him serious anymore.
If he
Yeah.
loses, probably. If he wins, though.
And if he wins, what? He's gonna keep running with it?
No, bro, people will forget about this. People
I
have
hope so.
short memories.
That's true.
Like, Connor literally, like, has done, like, Connor kind of does this. Connor has like personas he creates to drive up controversy. He'll like say horrible things about like Muslims or like he'll just do shit that pushes the
Wait,
button.
what do you say about Muslims?
Yeah.
Or like Khabib's dad. I'm sorry. He like when he like
Alright.
dissed Khabib's dad right after he died. Like Connor will act crazy in public. And
Are you sure that's just not the coke?
I mean, it could be all of the above. But like literally like it sells pay-per-views. I'm not, bro. How is this far-fetched what I'm saying?
It's not. But you don't think there's any truth to what Ryan Garcia is saying?
There could be. I'm just saying I think it's what's easier to explain. Ryan Garcia is saying all this stuff to sell pay-per-views.
But you're just doing what every human being does, is just go into what's easier instead of what's actually
True.
could be the truth.
Yeah.
But what seems more likely?
As he goes back to
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
the same
I am.
thing.
I like.
That's what everyone does, because they'd rather not look into it and believe something. And I'm not saying this is that he's right and it's true, but I'm saying people usually what they do is because they don't want to look into it, or maybe the truth they're scared of what it could be, they choose to just like write it off and say like, no, it's this, because it's easier to think about.
I mean, you could be right. I just think like the odds of Ryan Garcia actually being taken to Bohemian Grove, strapped down, forced to watch kids get sexually assaulted, and then they just release him back into the wild, like after that, like I just think that's like the odds of that actually happening in real life just seems so crazy. Maybe I'm naive.
But is it crazy to think that this billionaire had his mistress going and grooming these young girls and bringing them to his island, and then he's bringing all these celebrities there so he can blackmail them?
I mean, that is crazy if you had just told me about that for the first time. But
And what would you
there's
say?
so much evidence for it now.
Yeah, but I'm saying before that. Let's say he drops the evidence later.
I mean, I'll believe him. I'm just saying right now, it seems less crazy to think that he's just trying to sell pay-per-views. Because we all know
It's more convenient.
It's just like,
what's this? That way.
There's an idea that like most conspiracies can just be like, instead of them actually being conspiracies, they're just like, they can be easier explained by incompetence. Like 9/11 being a conspiracy theory that was orchestrated by the government.
Bro, we all know.
No, but listen, no, I'm using this as an example.
This is a bad example. Don't use it as an example. We all know that was an inside job, bro.
Okay, bad example.
Bad example.
Yeah. Respectfully.
Give us another one.
Okay.
Like COVID vaccines, maybe?
Yeah, like that could be, we could use that one. Like COVID vaccines, like was a huge conspiracy that was orchestrated to make us all get jabbed.
Oh, I got one for you.
But
So
like
you
that
think-
could be easier explained just by capitalism,
So you think?
in my opinion.
So I probably, from what you're saying, I'll probably know your answer then.
Okay.
So you think that they were fucking experimenting with, or someone ate a bat soup in China?
No,
and
I
that's
don't.
how COVID
I don't
started?
Think that's how it started.
But why not? You just said that it's easier to think someone fucked something up.
I think. Can I wait?
Right? Am I
no,
right? Do you understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I can't answer this in one sentence. Like I would need to go all the way back and answer like what I
Go
think
back.
happened.
We got time.
I think our government was doing these experiments in the Chinese lab to like manipulate these viruses,
And they fucked it
and
up.
it got leaked. Yeah, and someone got sick, and then the virus was released into the wild. I don't think it was a bat. I think the pharmaceutical companies realized they could jump on this opportunity and make a shit ton of money, and then they
Bro.
got in the pockets of Pfizer got in the pockets of all these media companies and all these politicians, and were able to manipulate the masses into
But do
getting
you
this
just see
jab.
how convenient that sounds? Like, oh, they were messing with it and it accidentally got out?
Bro, why would that accidentally get out if you know that's a $1 billion bag just waiting to get out?
Or they leaked it on purpose. Either
There
way.
you go.
Yeah.
But there's
It's
money
like-
to be made. You could trace it all back to the dollar.
But they're incentivized.
Like I don't think
at
the
the
world was
hospitals.
like
And you've seen that. They're incentivized when they label it COVID
wait,
deaths.
I agree that there was a conspiracy with the COVID shit.
But I'm saying, so if you believe that,
But
then
I think
how-
it could be simpler, like easier explained by just companies trying to make money than
That is
this
the-
whole
But
big
how did it
group
come
of
out?
elites trying to control the world in some weird way. You know what I mean?
So you think that's easier? Is that it just accidentally got out? As opposed to, they're like, yo, we can make money off this. We can control them. We could do a test run to see how easily we can control them. Tell them to stay at home. Don't talk to their family. You think it's easier? It's just easier to explain that it accidentally got out.
I think
and you believe
all parties involved like jumped on the opportunity that they saw with COVID.
So do you believe in conspiracy theories?
Yeah. That's a conspiracy, what I just said.
But there,
That's just what I think happened.
no, that's a fact. What happened?
Yeah.
But my point is now, you're saying, if you believe in conspiracies, you just contradicted yourself. Because it would be harder to explain a
I think-
conspiracy. Yeah, you just contradicted yourself.
How did I contradict myself?
Because you're saying it's easier to think that people are incompetent as opposed to a conspiracy theory. And I'm not saying it's always a conspiracy theory, but I don't believe in coincidences.
You don't believe in coincidences?
No, I don't
So
think
everything
anything
At that
happens.
major level is so hard to believe in a coincidence at that major level. It's just like, really? You sure about that?
That's what I'm saying. They control the world, bro. They control countries. You think something is gonna happen by accident like that?
Well, then, like, I just feel like the way that, like, Fauci tried to cover up that the lab even existed was proof that it was an accident. Like, it wasn't supposed to get leaked because it makes him look bad if it got leaked because the type of stuff they were doing over there was so immoral by messing with these viruses that way and creating, like, super viruses like COVID. You know what I'm saying?
But why are you doing that? Are these good people? Why are you doing that?
Why are they doing it?
Yeah. Are they doing it because they're
'Cause
trying to
they-
prevent us from something, or are they doing it because they can create something that's going to create them more wealth?
Honestly, I never thought about it that way. That they like would create the virus just to make the vaccine that they can make money with. I never thought about that. What I thought happened was they were doing science that was immoral, but they were doing it because they thought they might be doing something that they could get awards for or get money for or whatever, and get more acclaim for. And then it went south and the virus got accidentally released, and then Big Pharma saw the opportunity and started paying everybody to. That was the conspiracy, that Big Pharma had all this money to pay the politicians, to promote the vaccine, to pay the CNN and NBC and Fox to promote the vaccine, and then they could rake in all the cash. Like that, I thought Big Pharma was jumping on the opportunity. That's what I thought the conspiracy was. Not that they did the virus on purpose. But I guess that's definitely possible too. I just never even considered that option, to be honest. That's my first time even hearing this.
Yeah, because you wanted to pick the more convenient thing and not think about it.
It's just easier that way.
I mean, it just seems like such a crazy thing to like
What's so crazy about
orchestrate.
it? Bro, in Albania, they destabilized the country. Like, I know, like, I can't say names, but I know very close people to me who had the CIA come and talk to them and tell them, like, yo, if you want to be in power, we're going to destabilize the country. We'll put you in power. You have to do everything we say in 1997. And I know them very, 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 very close to me.
That's crazy.
They destabilize countries, bro, purposefully. Whatever their agenda is, I don't know. And they use drugs
They use drugs, yeah.
to make their money.
Yeah, dude. It's a crazy world out there, man.
Like,
it really is. That's why I'm kind of happy to just be in my little
Yeah,
my
right.
little, my little world, my little flight world. Yeah.
like I'm sure Bohemian Grove exists. I just think like it's probably like I just feel like Ryan Garcia probably didn't actually see, like, they didn't strap him down and make him watch kids get raped. Like, that just sounds like, maybe I'm naive. I'm willing to admit that that's a possibility, but I just think it's more likely and like way easier to explain that he's probably just making it up for views, because that's a hot button topic that gets views right now. You know, that's something that's shocking.
I feel you.
And like literally the second he said it, everybody on fucking planet Earth, I have female friends who don't give a shit about fighting that were talking about that.
What if he actually kills himself because we just thought like, oh, I mean, he's just doing this for pay-per-views, and he actually did kill himself?
I mean, that would be tragic.
But then it's like,
I mean, what am I supposed to feel responsible?
no, but but that's kind of like the thing. It's like, well, at what point do you kind of try to pay attention to some of these things that are actually going on in people's lives?
I mean, that would be very crazy, and that would add a new wrinkle to this thing where I'd have to consider it. But right now, he's got a pay-per-view coming up that he's still training for, and against a really big opponent, And like I just think that makes more sense. I know it's gonna generate pay-per-view buys.
So
him
what
talking
if
about
he's
this.
using this big moment that he has because it's a fight and a lot of people will watch it? He's using that to speak about what is really going on because the timing's right, as
mean, he
opposed to
could
what
be.
you're saying is opposite.
He could be.
You didn't even think about that, did you?
I mean, he could be.
You
And then
didn't
what's
think
gonna
about
happen if he gets on the mic and starts dropping names?
that. Ooh.
If he wins, then what?
Now I kind of want to see what happens if Ryan Garcia could win.
I hope he wins for this reason.
Proving my point exactly.
No, I'm saying not about the buying the pay per view. I just want to see if he wins, if he does start saying some outlandish shit and start
Yeah.
But you see how like
outing people.
one, we're
And it's
talking
like,
about
oh!
this right now. 2, we're talking about his fight coming up, and 3, we're more interested in the fight because of this.
I'm not interested in the fight. I just want to know if he wins.
You're more
what's he
interested
gonna
in
say?
him and his storyline, right?
I just want to know what he's gonna say.
So
That's
that's
it.
yeah, exactly.
I just want to know if he's gonna say some shit and out some people.
So you're more interested in him.
I guess.
Okay. So
Wait, so you don't think that like Hollywood and all this shit is run by like satanic people?
no, I do.
You do.
Yeah.
But why? That's not convenient to think.
I mean, there's just so much like evidence that's hard to argue that now.
Where's the evidence?
How many people talk about it?
But Ryan Garcia's talking about it, but you don't believe it.
I just feel like the business he's in,
Do you understand? Like,
I follow you.
like I see how there's a contradiction there, but
Yeah,
I
it's
just
a very big contradiction.
I mean, I have to believe everybody who says anything?
no, but if 20 people are saying the same thing, something got to be similar there. There got to be a common denominator.
I mean, I'm sure, bro, like just the reason I believe Hollywood's satanic is because so many factors.
Nah, they're satanic as fuck. It's pretty obvious.
Like it's
now.
yeah, like but Ryan Garcia saying what he's saying, I don't have to necessarily believe his story.
Y'all not interested to see what they doing up there?
No, I don't
I'm
want to
pretty
ever
interested.
be exposed to what
I'm
they're
pretty
doing.
interested.
No, I
I'm
don't-
happy living in my bubble.
I'm interested in the sense of like not to partake, like just to be a fly on the wall and be like, y'all some weird motherfuckers. Some dirty motherfuckers too.
Dirty ass.
I mean, yo, like
Flush
look,
your ass.
what does it take to be like a Hollywood actor? You got to be like completely self-obsessed.
You gotta wear a dress.
You got to
Oh, yeah. Right. Look what they just did to John Cena, bro.
yeah, like
Yo, I don't care what nobody says. That is not okay to do.
at the Oscars.
They made this man put on a freaking, butt ass naked. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like what are we doing? Like as a society?
So that's called a humiliation ritual, supposedly.
Yeah, I've heard I've listened
You
to
gotta
shit
like
about it.
humiliate yourself to get in with them for whatever reason.
I'm like, so like we're talking about Diddy, right? How depraved he is, probably because he's gotten everything he's wanted for the past X amount of years, and he's just like nothing. He's got to do these crazy things just to get a rush. Think about the people who controlled Diddy. They're probably even more depraved, and like that's like the ultimate level of like evil. Is just like that's think about how like what does Satan represent? Like all these horrible like deeds and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is what I imagine it's like. Like we were watching Training Day, just to rewatch it. Guys, he has not seen Training Day, by the way.
Talking about him.
Jake. And we're watching the part where
I saw the
Alonzo
first
messes up, right? The cop Alonzo, he messes up with the Russian mob, and he beats the crap out of one of them gambling or whatever it was. He goes to go see the three wise men, and he's like, "This is what it is, though. Like he's Diddy. You could only f up so much before now you got to go talk to the bosses ahead of you, above you, and be kind of on your hands and knees and be like, I'm sorry, blah blah blah. Yo, can we make this right? I know we can fix this." And then, yeah, it's just crazy.
On a smaller level, yeah, that's exactly what it is. You're right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
Wow,
those
yeah.
guys, who is it? He saw these like three cops, or they're like higher lieutenants in their field. They're the level above. It's like you go to the superior, you go to the manager, you go to the next step above to see all the way up the ladder to see who's finally at the top of the food chain and kind of pulling all the strings. And that's what I want to know. I want to know who those motherfuckers are up there. I feel like it's the Walmart mofos. I feel like it's the Rockefeller mofos. I feel like it's Nesquik, those guys, Coca-Cola,
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates, Coca-Cola, Pfizer, like all those people.
But George Soros and what's his name? Klaus Schwab.
Yeah.
Those guys.
Look at the map of the companies and see the little what do you call those things? The little spider web, the little web. I don't want to call it Venn diagram, but it's kind of like a Venn diagram.
It's like a web. It's like a spider web.
Yeah.
There's
like
5 major companies that control everything.
everything. Everyone gets brought up eventually by these guys, and they control literally everything that we have in this country.
They're called the Big 5.
What are those companies?
It's oh man.
I mean, we can
can't
look this
name them
up.
right now. Look up the Big 5 companies.
Because you got to remember, they control like from like Downy to Fanta sodas to Coca-Cola, Nesquik to Snickers, Twix, Mars.
Yeah,
and then
CNN, like everything, bro.
Like-
MSNBC.
So like, here's my thing. Like
And who runs
I
those
think
companies?
Time Warner was one of them.
And
Okay.
who runs those companies?
Apple.
Jake.
What race
Answer
runs
it.
those companies? Wait, not race. What
Wait,
religion runs
No,
those
it's
companies?
not Apple. It's not Apple, bro. No, that's
Apple.
not it. I'm gonna find it for you. I'm gonna find it.
But nah, I need Jake to answer this question. We'll be right back to you in just 5 seconds. This rabbit hole. That's why I'm like, man,
Wait, but who?
I'm happy in my
yeah,
little
hold on,
bubble,
I
bro.
gotta know who.
Like
these
life is good. Me and my brother, we talk about this stuff, and he goes, "The world's evil, blah 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 blah. The spirits and the this," and I go, "But what can I do about it? What can you do about it?" And it's like nothing. I'm like, "All right, so then what are we talking about? Why are you getting so vexed?
It's
over
like
something
a,
we
it's
can't
like
control?"
it's like a depressed outlook kind of thing.
But that's what I was
Yeah.
trying to say. It's like, bro, all we could do is live our lives and be good people as best as we possibly can, and hopefully that's enough.
Yeah.
And it is a sad thing. Like, even for me to say that to him, I'm like, but brother, like, what do you want me to say? Like, this is the reality that we are living in. Like, what do you, like, even though we know these things, all we can say is that we're aware and we're woke. We don't got to be the crazy woke mofos on the crazy left. But you're hip to and privy to what's going on around you on the bigger scale of things. And all you can do is try to protect your family as best as you can, educate them, and try to mind your business and don't get outs by them and caught in the crossfire, because they will sacrifice that ass. They don't care.
That ass.
Sacrifice that ass.
You know what these companies are?
Let's see.
Did they come up?
So the one that owns all the food is there's Nestle,
Nestle, yeah.
whatever.
I call them Nestle too. Nestle.
I'm just saying so they
PepsiCo.
know.
Coca-Cola. What's this one here?
They got all the feelers going out.
Yeah. Kellogg's, General Mills. This is for food. Wrigley. I'm trying to find the media one, bro.
And shit, we didn't even start talking about aliens, bro. Like,
Oh,
even
nah,
that.
we'll be here another day for that.
Yeah, the pyramids and the aliens, bro. Even Cat Williams knows so much about that. I was blown away listening to him on the Rogan podcast.
Bro, you want me to blow both of your guys' minds right now? You guys ever heard of 369?
36. No.
Add any numbers. How does it go? I think it was like add any numbers or times any number, and then the sum of it will add up to 9. So let's see, like, let me see if I'm right. We'll do like 6 times
Ooh, we're doing a little experiment.
26.
6 times 26.
Fuck, hold on. How did it go, bro?
156.
It was like everything adds up to 9. Hold on. There was an algorithm to it.
8 times 13. Nope. That's 104.
No. Maybe you have to times it by 9. Let's do 57 times 9. Okay. You have to times anything by 9, and they always add up to 9.
Okay.
9 times 9. 81.
8 plus 1 is 9.
Well, you said times, though.
Yeah, but if you add up the sum of the multiplication. So let's do like...
The sum of the multiplication.
Yeah.
The sum.
Yeah. So multiply it.
Yeah.
And then add up the answer. So like let's do 9 times whatever.
9 times anything, if you add those numbers up, it'll add up to 9.
9 times anything.
So like if I do
Yeah.
9 times 27, 243. Yeah. 2
Isn't
plus
that
4
crazy?
plus 3 is 9.
Yeah.
So wait, but what's your point?
Wait, what's
2 plus, it's 243. So 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 3 is 9.
Oh, shit. So then what about 9 times 10?
90.
You got 90
9 plus 0.
is 9.
Yeah.
What, that was 9 too? The 2, 4?
Yeah.
2,
Oh,
4,
shit.
3 is 9.
Yeah. 9 is like a perfect number in like geometry and everything. It's a 369 rule. That's what Nikola Tesla found it out. He said if the world understood 369, we would everyone would know the keys to the universe.
That's why they killed him.
Pretty much, yeah, and took all of his data.
Imagine you find some shit out and then motherfuckers just kill you. Just like,
Yeah,
I could help you.
yeah.
We could help each other.
Well, he could have helped the world by giving free energy, unlimited energy, but of course they don't make money.
And I heard the person died who broke the code on how to fuel cars with water.
Yeah, they killed him too.
Yeah. They
And
just
they
killed
took his
that guy
findings.
with the Boeing guy.
But do you think it's easier to explain that he just died by an accident tragedy, or that
No, it's
he
easier to
had-
explain that the company killed him. Some oil company. That's way easier to explain.
Yo, man's getting tight right now.
Is it way easier? I don't even know.
Bro, like, there's certain, like, I just don't believe every single goddamn conspiracy. Like, we've gotten to this point in society where it's like, every fucking thing is like, it means something deeper than it actually is. Like, we don't have
But
to.
it does.
Nah, bro. Like, also,
It does.
who gives a fuck? Like you said. Like,
But I think knowledge is power, though.
not every single
Yes,
thing,
the
like,
truth shall set you free.
yeah, here's the truth. I'm Jake Fine. I have my own life to live, and I can only control a certain amount of things. So, like, Ryan Garcia saying he got strapped down and forced to watch kids get raped, if that's true, God bless him. That's horrible. I feel
But
so sorry
why?
for
You don't
him.
want to save the kids?
I'm not going to save the kids.
Why not?
Are you going to save the kids?
If we all band together and we find out the truth.
Us three right here?
369.
3, exactly. 3 turns into 6, turns into 9, and it multiplies.
Who's the 6 and who's the 9?
We'll find out. They'll come along.
I gotta learn the rule of these 369.
Han,
It's actually
Here's my
insane
point, like-
if you look into it.
like, people will get outraged over that.
You sound like Eddie Bravo just now.
People will get outraged by, like, that story, and, like, rightfully so. It's a horrible thing if it actually it sounds terrible, but it's like the same people who are outraged over that, like, won't, like, take care of, like, little things in their own life that can make their own life way better. You know what I'm saying?
No,
It's like
that's for sure.
it's a conversation piece that they can hold on to where they're blaming some external source for all their problems in their life, and I'm just like, yeah, like, there are definitely conspiracies going on, and there's things that are. There's big companies who are, like, putting chemicals into stuff that we use every day that are hurting us, of course, because it's cheaper for them or whatever. Or maybe the powers that be want to hurt us. Maybe that's it. But, like, I can't worry about every single thing. Like, at the end of the day, like, I got to do what I got to do. I got to edit this podcast, buy groceries. I'm not going to spend $1 million on groceries so I don't have chemicals in my food. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's only so much shit I can do. I can't afford to. Like,
Oh, shit.
there's only
That's what
so
they
much
want.
shit I can do.
So don't you want to fight back?
Who am I fighting?
Well, ask Ryan Garcia when he wins the fight.
Day.
Like, he's literally just selling pay-per-views, bro. I'm trying to tell you, like, yo, like, it's not that deep.
Who knows, man? I hope they really didn't. I would hope that they didn't do that to him and to little kids, because that's a double whammy of negative.
Yeah, like, I hope that didn't
And-
fucking happen. I hope I'm right.
Part of me is
I
also
hope
like,
you
I
are.
hope he didn't lie about that shit either, because that's crazy.
Yeah,
also,
yeah,
like, yo,
it's
bro, you
fucked
just made
either
a.
way.
But,
you just put
yo,
some
we
crazy
also
negative
live in a
energy the
world where it's like, saying, like, let's say he is lying. Let's go down that rabbit hole. To get attention, like, we live in a world that, like, incentivizes, like, this type of behavior. Like, he's gonna sell more pay-per-views because of this.
He's back to the pay-per-view.
You know what I'm saying? But it could be anything. Like, people do this all the time. People, it's a common marketing tactic to create controversy out of thin air, out of where there was no controversy, to create controversy to sell something.
You're like Connor and Khabib. Blue lips, blue lips,
Like,
blue lips, blue lips.
I just don't buy all this shit. Anyway, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Drink
Yo,
my water.
When he said that, I was crying. I was like, yo, bro,
Yeah,
what?
what are you talking about?
I saw the look in his eyes. Blue lips, blue lips.
Like, why did Connor throw the dolly at the bus? Was it because he was mad about his boy getting slapped, or was he like,
Yeah, he
I'm gonna
slapped
fight
Artem in the
Khabib
back of his head.
and sell a big ass pay-per-view? What do you really think?
But
it
he
was?
wasn't even fighting.
Yeah, but
Nah, yo, that's pretty gangster. You like, yo, let's go. He whistled. I can't whistle. He said, round up the troops.
He said,
Hopped
get
on
on
a
the
private
jet, boys.
Yeah. Flew out through a dolly at a bus.
and sold 2.4 million pay-per-views. I wonder why. Not because that video got played 1 million times everywhere. Fucking Dana did nothing to punish Connor. Like, what are we talking about?
I want to know what kind of a bag they made from that.
Hundreds
I know,
of
right?
millions. Hundreds of millions.
Like total, like what was the total rev just from that event and that?
what were
pay-per-view?
pay-per-views costing back then?
What? Oh, probably 180 or $100.
180
No, say 80 or $100.
back then. I think it was like
The big ones
60.
they would always inflate it for
All
whatever.
right, let's just
reason.
say it was 80, right? 80 times 2.4 million. 192 million just in U.S. pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Not that's before a single ad of dollar.
But that's not just U.S. pay-per-view. That was all over.
No, they only count the U.S. pay-per-view in that number.
You're telling the guy who gets pay-per-view where they count the pay-per-view? How does that even make sense?
That's what I heard. They only they
Jake, I'm telling you,
you get
no.
pay-per-view. You get pay-per-view from all over the
I'm
world.
telling you, no. We get pay-per-view from a couple select countries.
Okay, but like not from like Russia, right?
I don't think Russia's on the
Okay,
list.
but I'm sure Russians
I think
bought
it's
a lot of
Australia.
pay-per-views for
I
Khabib.
think it's Canada. I think parts of Mexico, the UK, Ireland, and some other countries is just free.
Is it any pay-per-view that's over $60?
Yeah, so
Which
essentially
is in those countries.
those countries are usually the ones like Mexico's. I think they don't count because their pay-per-view is like $20 or $25.
Yeah, okay, so I was talking to like a manager was telling me once that like there was a pay-per-view that sold like 13 million pay-per-views in Russia, but it's like $9 per pay-per-view. So like the UFC doesn't report that.
Yeah.
So that's what I meant. But like
But you said 2.4. That's what was
in
reported.
yeah, okay, yeah.
So then that would be all the ones that they count,
Okay.
essentially.
So that's a fuck ton.
But that's still a lot of money.
For one night. That's insane.
Hundreds of millions. You don't think Dana was like, Connor, throw the dolly.
What's easier to believe?
Or Connor told Dana, I'm pulling up. Have your cameras ready.
Well, they weren't even ready. Will Harris was ready though.
Thank God for Will Harris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The amount of money Will Harris should have gotten for that and didn't is crazy.
Yeah. I'm not gonna speak on that.
Yeah, never mind.
Cause I ain't getting nobody in trouble.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna get myself in trouble. Unfortunately, this is still the times that we live in.
All right.
But I mean, we didn't even get into. Damn, I really wanted to get some pyramid talk because Cat Williams was talking some cool stuff about. I forget the name. I can't pronounce it. The way he pronounced it was just. It sounded like he just read all these things, but they talk about the beginning and like you think some slaves just drag these big ass cinder blocks. I'm like, hell no, I don't think no slaves
Like
did that.
Anunnaki, was that what it?
Nah,
Nephilim?
he did bring them up, but I think it began with like a T.
Oh, totalitarian, something like that.
I think that's close. And then he said another word about the old god or thing that everyone worshipped or whatever or something like that. This is on the Rogan podcast. And then he was explaining to Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan was like, "How you know that? Is this high talk?" And then he started calling him Joseph after that. He's like, "Does that sound like high talk to you, Joseph?"
Wait, so what was he saying though? What was his point?
That pretty much everything is everything, and what's gonna be is gonna be, Joseph. I don't. It was
That's
just
what
a
you
cool
wanted to say?
It was just a cool conversation, but yeah, it's just fascinating to see how much stuff actually has happened.
I'll tell you what happened
in
with
the
the
world.
pyramids.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear your convenient theory.
Aliens visited planet Earth
They're all symmetrical though, bro.
and did that shit themselves.
And,
dead-
and they're in
I'm
a
dead
line with the
serious.
constellation.
Yo, but here's the other thing.
With the
There's
constellation,
not
there's-
just pyramids in Egypt. There's pyramids in Mexico. There's pyramids in all kinds of places.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
know this.
So, who was communicating back then where, like, there was something else going on?
No, of course.
Aliens.
Aliens.
And I still believe. I'm starting to believe the Earth is actually flat. I'm sorry, guys. I said it.
This
I
is
believe it
where
too,
this
bro.
is the line I'm not crossing.
Yo,
But
pilots
why?
say it too, though.
Yeah.
You're not high enough up to see the curve. Sorry.
For pilots.
Yeah, the Earth is big, man. You're in a little tiny jet plane. You're not high enough to see the curve.
You think so?
Yeah.
That's
There's-
your
The
theory.
Earth isn't flat, bro.
Bro.
I'm not going here with you.
All
We're
right,
not
let me
doing-
ask you something.
Okay,
You ready?
ask me.
You ready for this?
No,
So-
please stump me.
Let's say
With
this
that.
is. I'm gonna take this Pikachu. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Let's say this is the sun, right?
Pika.
And yeah, do it again.
Pika, pika. Pika.
Super gay.
Let's say this is the sun, right? And where the Earth, the sun supposedly is moving through space, and we're all rotating in the axis following it. All the 8 planets, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
We're flowing
I
through
thought it was
space.
9.
Yeah.
Pluto, they've
Pluto
said,
doesn't count anymore.
is a moon now.
It's a moon now. That's
Supposedly.
disrespectful.
Yeah, they degraded his ass.
They violated.
So now, tell me why we see the same constellations right above our heads every fucking night, bro.
I got you.
Tell me how.
They don't move.
Outer space
How?
is way bigger than how
No.
fucking fast
So-
you
No,
think
but
we're
think about
moving
what you're
through it.
saying. The constellations don't move. They're in the same spot every night.
They're not though. They
Bro,
change
but we-
locations in the sky all throughout the year.
But
Alright,
why do
so-
we see them at any time of the year? We see them.
We don't. Sometimes at, let's say it's midnight every night you're looking up. Sometimes some nights of the year they're gonna be over here. Sometimes they're over here. It
so why is
changes
it
all
not?
throughout
Why
the
is
year.
it not in Australia?
What are you talking about?
Why is that constellation not in Australia when I'm looking at it?
You're in a different point on Earth.
But I'm saying if
But if
that's
it
the case,
revolves-
it's always there. Yeah.
If it were,
Wouldn't we be spinning?
yeah, if we're spinning, right? When you think about, when you break down
If
the
you
concept
literally
of
put
it,
a camera on and do a time lapse like photo, like a open shutter photo for a long, you'll see the fucking shit spin.
see what spin?
You'll see
You
the stars
clouds,
like this.
You see the clouds move.
No, you'll see the stars go in a circle because the Earth is moving in a circle.
You see the stars go in a circle.
Yeah. Like,
So think about
Do
it.
I have to show
we're
you?
On, we're on Earth. If we're revolving, right? We're on Earth, and we're revolving around this sun, and we're looking straight up. The stars are doing a circle.
the Earth is spinning.
I just answered the question. I'm just saying, if the stars are
What
going
am
in,
I?
a, you're
What
saying
are,
they're
what
going
are
in a-
you not understanding?
You said the stars are going in a circle. Like when you say in a circle, I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
the Earth is going like this,
Yeah, so the stars are going in a circle.
so it looks like.
So the
after
stars aren't
open
moving.
shutter photo. No, the Earth is moving.
So the
and
stars
our-
don't move in space.
I don't know.
Okay, no, I'm just asking.
that's
So
not what we're
based on what we
talking
know,
about.
I'm just saying. So the stars don't move. Let's just say they're fixed. The stars are fixed, but we move and all the planets move. So if the stars are fixed, when we rotate, right, and we're revolving, so we're revolving as we circle around the sun.
Okay.
So why is it that that same constellation is in the same spot as we're rotating around the sun? You see what I'm saying? So you see the stars over here. So we're here now. But now we're spinning as we're also circling and changing the seasons. But we're here now. Why is it the same constellation we're still seeing
They're
in
not
this
in
spot?
the same spot.
I mean,
All throughout the year, they're in
Okay.
different spots.
Okay, so let's say 6 months from now.
Yeah.
Let's say they're
I don't
in
know
this.
shit, guys.
Let's
Don't
no,
judge
hold on.
me.
Like the Big Dipper, that's like a big famous constellation, right?
Yes.
It's in all throughout the year. It's going to be in a different spot throughout the sky.
Okay, all right. Let's say it's
Yeah.
a little bit
Because
here,
of the
a little
Earth's
bit
position
there.
changing.
Okay.
And we're moving through space, yes. Everything's moving through space, right? That's the theory. But in the grand scheme of how big space is, nothing's moving that quickly.
Bro, look up how fast. all right.
Yeah, but that's nothing, bro. You know how big space is?
Bro, but my thing is,
listen
why,
to Cat Williams.
why 6 months from now, I see the Big Dipper here, and then 6 months later I see it here? Shouldn't it be in fucking like gone in 6 months?
Apparently not.
when you
Because
think-
that's
So
my
hold on.
point.
So the Earth is flat because of this?
No, but,
I think
but
it's
listen
just
to what
one
you're saying.
I
thing.
am.
Because if the Earth is flat and you're in a stationary plane, right? Then that means that thing would be in the same spot because you're not necessarily rotating. Because if you think about this is the sun, if you're going all the way around it, how can that constellation, the Big Dipper, be in that same position while you're over here, when you're over here, and when you're over there? It just doesn't add up.
That's what I'm saying.
When you think about it like that, that part doesn't make any sense for me. And I'm not saying the Earth is 100% flat. I'm just saying it makes you think and wonder,
Yeah.
like you want to challenge these ideas.
100%.
I think it'd be ignorant to just sit here and just go, well, they said it's flat, it's round, so it has to be 100% round
Yeah.
because they would never lie to us.
That's what pro-vaxxers think like. You a
Bro.
pro-vaxxer?
You can't do that's a fucking dumbass argument.
No, I think like the Earth is flat. I'm not saying I believe this to be true, but I do think this does make sense too.
So wait, are
I
you a
think
flat earther?
I'm not saying I am and I'm not, but I am kind of
Do
leaning
you think the
towards it.
Earth is flat?
I don't know what to believe anymore.
Do you
bro.
believe that the Earth is round, in the shape
I'm
of a sphere?
50-50. I'm 50-50.
Okay. What about you?
Maybe like 55% flat right now, to be honest.
So there's in your head, the odds of it being flat are 55%.
Yeah.
So if we went in a hot air balloon and we just stayed in the hot air balloon and it stay there, if the Earth is rotating, shouldn't that hot air balloon be in a different location by morning?
If we come back down, right?
If we come back down?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's crazy, right? But
All
when you
right.
think about that, you're like, oh, that's actually wild to think about. Like,
I feel
how?
like these sound like the type of arguments that are like retarded people say.
We're all kind of retarded, bro,
and,
you know?
and like physics has a complete explanation for all this, and like we're just like retards who don't know shit about. We like talk about
Easy
fighting.
on the R word, bro. Come
No.
on. You're
Fuck
offending
it.
my people.
That's a terrible way to describe Jamaican people.
Wow.
You went
I
there.
wasn't even talking about
You
those
went
people.
there,
I wasn't
but
even
that's-
talking
fucked up.
I wasn't talking about those people.
I'm just saying you
Damn.
took it
I said
there.
my people doesn't have to specify those.
I'm just saying, yo,
You're gonna
See,
get kidnapped by Jamaicans.
you
now,
just
bro.
jumped the
in
gun.
my head, the to go to this conversation just makes us all look bad. Like the
No,
flat
but
earth
I-
shit.
No, it makes us truthers.
I think it's just
No,
people who want to
see,
find
this
out
is
the truth
this is
on
my
Earth.
thing, bro. Not everything is a fucking conspiracy theory. Like,
But I can argue that this is.
but like I genuinely think that you don't believe anything is true that we think is true. Like
I
like
don't.
you.
I think history's a lie.
Just because some things are conspiracies doesn't mean everything's a conspiracy.
I think history's a lie.
Okay.
I think science is the best educated guess. Nobody knows anything for certain. The only thing I know for certain is that I'm here right now with you guys. That's the only fucking thing I
And
know.
even that.
Even that, exactly. So how can you not
How do I
question?
know that this reality that I'm living right now isn't a dream somebody else is having?
All right. He pinched
Well,
himself.
maybe we could go all the way there. Is my point.
But my point is question everything.
Yes. And then the other side of it, there was this emblem that supposedly is the real picture of how the Earth really is. And I forget when I was looking down this rabbit hole, and it was a plane, and it was covered, like the outer edge of it was the depiction of Antarctica.
Oh yes.
And allegedly that's where all the countries, the big major countries, have like a treaty or something, an agreement, like no one's allowed to go past there. And that's essentially that's what they say. This is essentially the edge that no one's allowed to go there. Like, so if we want to get a flight to go there, we actually couldn't even
We
go.
could actually go to Antarctica. There's flights to Antarctica.
Yes.
But is that really Antarctica? How do you
But
know?
That's
Bro,
that's
but
what-
like we could do this all day
no.
about everything.
No, not that part. They're
Like-
saying like you could go to that one area, but there's like a cutoff of where you cannot travel past.
Okay.
So it's like, well, why is that?
Okay. Could it be because it's really unsafe and no one's gonna come save you?
Okay, but if you decide that you want to do that and you have all the gear and you're willing to take that risk, what's the issue?
I'm sure you probably could just run off and like just escape. I'm sure it's not that deep.
Nah, I think it's like facilitated by
Like,
agencies, bro.
By who? Like what? How do you know?
I don't actually
These
know.
are just
but
theories
this
on
is
the internet.
What,
is
yeah,
my point.
You're right.
Like by
You're right.
who? Who are these
Theories.
agencies? Where are these treaties? I've never even seen a single document.
Right.
Why
So
did I
here,
say treaty? Did
so-
I say the word treaty?
Yeah.
Did I say treaty? I thought I said agreement. But
that would be a treaty. That's the same thing.
Yeah, but a treaty sounds so official.
pretty sure-
It's just like
I'm pretty sure you said treaty, but
it's just like we shake hands. They
It
dap
doesn't
each other.
matter.
They
I'll
dap
say
each other
treaty.
up real
So
quick.
here's my thing, right? You ready for this? So you're saying why think about it? Why talk about it, right? Why go so deep into it? All the inventions we have in this world wouldn't be here if these minds didn't think about it and challenge it. Do you understand?
That's fine.
It's fine because you're living in a great life. That's why.
Yeah, no, I mean I get your point is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So that's why I say question everything.
But this emblem though, it looked very valid.
But I've seen this like thing where it's like
Oh, so you looked it up a little bit.
no,
'Cause
like
you're
it shows
curious.
up on my feed. Like
So you're curious.
not really.
You read it?
I try to skip past it so it gets the
Did
fuck
you,
off my
Did
feed.
you read it? Did you read it?
I have indulged it
Okay.
because I'm like, what are these
'Cause you're
motherfuckers on
you
right now?
You were curious.
Like the flat Earth thing and the whole Antarctic treaty thing. Like I'm not going there. Like
It's not
like
a treaty.
they call it that. Like I know this because it's like it was the whole flat Earth thing was all over my TikTok for a while. So like
So you completely don't believe in flat Earth.
I'm just to me it sounds like a bunch of people who like made up ideas and like were like that sounds good.
I'm starting to
just-
believe we've never even been to space.
I don't think we have, bro.
I'm starting to really buy that. That all those pictures are actually Photoshop.
Yes, we cannot break through the firmament.
Yes, and
We're
that's
not made
and that's
to.
like actually in the Bible, or I forget the.
It is in the Bible. Yeah, the firmament.
And it kind of refers to that we're in like this snow globe.
Yeah, type. Yeah.
I mean,
Yo,
think about it. Like,
God's watching down through us to his snow globe right now, just like these motherfuckers. They high as hell, talking all kinds of crazy shit.
yeah,
So what's your argument to this?
the firmament thing. What am I arguing?
Even the creator of NASA, on his tombstone, it says something like, I forget the phrase it says, but it says firmament.
The creator of NASA.
Yes.
So one man. The NASA is a government organization.
The man who founded NASA.
So, a government organization. I think
Yeah.
a bunch of people founded NASA.
Let's look it up now.
It's not like a company that the government bought.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah.
I think all this stuff is just interesting to. If you could just wake up and just anyone could just tell you, well, the grass is green, and you just go, okay. And I mean, like you know that because this is what we differentiate the colors to be. Okay, that makes sense. But if you just listen to everything that everyone always tells you and you don't question anything, that's where I think things could get a little dicey.
No, bro. There's a lot of things.
No,
I
not
don't
you. I'm just
believe.
saying in
Yeah,
general.
like,
I just think people should, in general, like be curious, like or not. Like if you don't want to be curious, I get that part too. But it's like, damn, you don't even have any type of curiosity.
I'd like draw the line at like, does this actually affect my life? Like if let's say the Earth is flat.
It doesn't affect my life.
I don't give a shit.
But
It doesn't matter to me.
it would change a lot of things.
Nah,
Because
it-
imagine if you were
literally,
told this since you were a kid.
My life
has
would
been a
my
lie.
life would not change an inch. Nothing would change about my life.
Why?
I'd wake up every day and do the exact same things I'm
You
doing.
wouldn't feel like you've been lied to about other things.
I'm already know I'm being lied to about other things.
Well, that's fair.
Like I already know like many things are conspiracies, or like there's powers that be that want to control us in certain ways or manipulate the masses in certain ways. Like I believe a lot of that.
Okay.
But
Werner von Braun created NASA.
sounds like a Nazi.
This is his tombstone. He died in 1977, and
Doesn't
his
that, hold on,
tombstone.
doesn't that sound like a Nazi name?
Maybe.
Just saying.
I don't know.
He's probably from Germany. Anyway.
And it's on his tombstone is written Psalms 19:1, and the verse is, "The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth His handiwork."
Okay.
This guy's the creator of NASA. Is referring to the firmament.
Okay.
So
So
flat
the
Earth.
Earth is flat.
The Earth is
All
flat.
right, it's settled.
It's crazy, right?
It's
Do you
settled.
believe it or not?
No.
Fucking guy, bro.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Nah, I don't know.
But
either.
It's not fucking flat.
it's
Yo.
very, it's very.
I haven't been up there to tell you guys.
Yo, like
Yeah, you don't think a plane hundreds of miles in the air
it's bro.
can't see
First
the
off,
curve?
it's not hundreds of miles in the air.
So how many miles
It's like
is
a
it?
couple. It's not hundreds of miles
Couple
in the
Bro,
thousand.
isn't it thousands?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's thousands of feet actually.
It's 30,000 feet to 40,000 feet. That would be like 10 or 12 miles.
That's still a lot. You don't think that like just the trajectory of that, like even when we go up to like the Empire State Building and we look down from there, I feel like you get a pretty big overview of what the city landscape looks like. And I think a plane, even higher, I think they got a pretty good. Even they like the horizon's just flat.
I don't
it's like
think.
it's straight.
Well, yeah, I mean, but you're also like looking at a downward angle. Like I don't know how all that works. I just don't feel like that is necessarily like explaining everything. Like, you know what I mean? I've seen videos from like people like leaving the atmosphere where they can finally see the curve of Earth. Like I think you got to be way higher up. Because we are so little, and like our eyes can only see so far, and the Earth is so big compared to us. Like, it's gonna be hard to see that curve. Like, it doesn't. You don't really notice the curve for like dozens of miles.
Because there is no curve.
I think we're on like a flat plane, and we rotate. That's what I believe.
And what is outer space to you? Nothing.
The firmament.
So there's a theory that outer space is actually the sea. If you go deep enough below. It's a theory though. That's a little out there.
Wait, the sea?
Have you
Yeah,
seen?
like
have
the
you seen the
ocean.
footage of the Titanic
No,
on the ground,
no.
like the sunken Titanic?
Oh, you're saying that there's a
Yeah.
floor bottom?
Yeah.
But we've never really seen the bottom of the ocean
Yeah, allegedly we can't go down there.
because there's too much pressure. But then in the Bible, when Noah's Ark happened, it says that God opened up the firmament and the sea above crashed down to the sea below.
Well, yo, I mean, it rained a lot, so that makes if people like were.
But it says there's a sea above the firmament.
I mean, I don't like the way I think of the stories in the Bible is very like everything's very metaphorical. Like,
but if it's so
like
metaphorical,
even the way they describe, like, it doesn't mean I think it's inaccurate. I just think it's accurate in a way that's written so that it's the way it's written is so refined over so many generations of people to communicate great numbers of things in so few words that it can't be taken so literally. Like, it's meant to tell a story that explains humanity.
So Noah's Ark and the flood wasn't an actual thing.
No, the flood I think was a real thing.
Because there's evidence that it happened.
But think about it, just that the sea above opened up and flooded the earth.
The sea above the firmament.
Yeah, okay. So
Above the
but
firmament.
think about that. Rain came down from the sky and flooded the earth. You might think that there's
but
a sea
above the firmament, bro.
Right, but
Not in the firmament.
Yeah, you might think that above the firmament there is a sea that water's falling if you see rain coming from the sky. You might think that. I mean, that's a pretty logical explanation if you don't know anything about
I think. So then how about this? If you're saying it's metaphorical,
And then
right?
that story is from 11,000 years ago.
6,000.
I think it's 11. I think that one was 11,000 years. What? Let's say it's 6,000.
But anyways,
Like-
my point is, if this is a metaphorical statement, why is there like fucking 300 cultures with this same exact story in their own culture? Unless it
And they all
if
wrote
it
it
didn't
the same
happen.
way.
Exactly. So how could this guy's metaphor in like modern day Palestine be the same metaphor as this guy from Hawaii from thousands of years ago? Unless it really happened. Do you understand what that does that make sense?
Yeah.
Different
I just come to realize we just don't know shit.
We don't know shit.
And it's scary, but also
It's
interesting,
amazing,
but also
yeah.
very interesting at the same time.
I think
Sorry to let you know that we're spinning like this.
like a frisbee. Are we just on a big frisbee?
Can you imagine?
That'd be sick. And they're just throwing us around.
No, I think God's just walking around with this in his hand, just taking us to place. Like, all right, I'm gonna go grab some breakfast, and keeps us here all day. It's like, what are these little numbskulls are? What are they doing down there? What are they doing?
I don't know. I feel like even like the way if you're a human before like science or anything, I'm not, and I'm a religious guy. I believe
Aliens.
I read the Bible.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
thought you were gonna say aliens.
nah, I take these stories and take them very seriously. I'm not trying to discredit them, or I'm not trying to sound like that guy, but like,
We get it, bro. You don't believe in Jesus. You're Jewish. We know. He's a metaphor.
even we're talking about the Old Testament right now anyway. We're not talking about Jesus.
Well, the Bible, whatever.
But like the firmament, I heard Jordan Peterson explain this. Like, if you're like dwelling through a field and you just look out and you look above you and you look around you, a pretty simple way to explain that is I'm on a flat disc and there is a big like shield around me in the shape of a circle or like a
Yes.
half circle.
Yes.
Like, that would be how you view the world, and you're going to base your entire worldview partially on that base. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you're going to describe the world around you, as like a firmament on a flat field. Like, you know what I mean? So,
But what
But
if I'm
that's-
on a hilly? What if I'm on hills and it's not flat?
I mean, you might still think like you can't really see the curve.
Because there is none.
Is it true you can see the curve from the Mount Everest?
I'm not sure.
I think I heard that somewhere.
Mount Everest is
There's
like,
no way that's higher than planes.
no, I'm pretty sure it's
I
like
don't know.
42,000 feet in the air.
No. Get the fuck out of here. I don't believe this.
Let's see if
My
we find
phone's
it first.
frozen.
29,000 feet. That's about how high planes fly.
Yeah, we get like 30,000.
We get 30 to 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like,
When we're flying around Mount
Bro,
Everest, we're
what?
40.
So that's bullshit then. Because I've seen things where people are like, oh, you could see the curve from the top of Mount Everest. But if a plane is just as fucking high, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I'm on airplanes, I'm looking out the window for that curve. I don't ever see that shit.
You also have like a field of view this wide, just saying. Like you can't like really look out.
but the pilots are the ones saying it. That's why I keep trying to tell you. It's not me saying it. It's the pilot saying it.
I know. I
Nah,
I
bro,
don't think
that
the
thing
human
is-
eye is capable
that
of
thing
seeing
is-
the curve.
He's like, that thing is
But why can you see
straight.
it from Mount Everest?
I don't think you can.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Might be wrong, but
You guys hungry?
yeah,
Yeah.
extremely.
All this flat Earth
I
stuff.
don't even know like what to do with this footage.
I
Like
think we just put out this episode, guys. We're
Like,
just having a fun time.
I
Like, don't take any of this
is gonna be
serious.
such a bitch to edit.
So it says the threshold, studies place the threshold altitude for seeing Earth's curvature is about 35,000 feet.
So that would disqualify Mount Everest from.
Yeah. But if you're in a plane 40,000, then you should be able to, technically.
Also, this whole thing where pilots say the Earth is flat. I've heard people say that pilots say the Earth is flat. I've never heard a pilot say the Earth is flat.
Bro, go, okay,
Go on
I'll
TikTok.
ask the pilot tomorrow. How about that when
we
I
could
fly?
pull it up on TikTok.
Please
right
do
now.
actually. That would be very
I
interesting.
swear I'll ask the
Ask them.
pilot
I'm gonna
tomorrow.
start asking.
Unless
pilots.
these are fake pilots that are on TikTok saying all this,
and
it's crazy.
And okay,
'Cause it's
I'm sure there
wild.
are some that do say that, but I'm sure there's tons who say the opposite. So it would be interesting to ask randomly when we get on planes what the pilots actually
I'm gonna
say.
ask him tomorrow,
Please do,
and I'll record it,
and we will report. We will add this.
and I'll send this to you guys.
Yeah, this will be in the next podcast.
I always feel like it's gonna be weird when you record them because they're like,
No,
you
just-
wanna-
I'll ask him,
Keep
like,
your
yo,
phone
bro,
down.
Can I record you?
No.
I'm like, yo, bro, I got a question for the world. I'm a UFC fighter, and we just did a podcast.
Yeah, but no, if he knows he's
We
being
wanna know.
recorded, he might actually like not answer you honestly.
Why? I'll be like, bro, just give us your honest
Alright,
answer.
so
Don't
ask
waste
him
time on this.
first.
What
If I
airline
can
are you
record
flying?
him.
No, just
What
ask
airline
him
are you-
first.
Okay.
And be like, yo, can I please record you saying that?
What airline are you
Alright.
flying?
United.
You think United wants videos of their pilots talking about this shit in the world?
I won't get United in the back, bro. I'll cover his name tag
Yeah,
or
but
something.
they know who the fuck he is, and if it goes viral, they know he's working for United, bro.
But all the other ones go viral, so who cares?
Bro, so then you know what? People would fly his fucking on United more just to see that the Earth's not flat. That the Earth is flat, I mean.
I
That
don't
it's
know if
not
they
round.
would.
Like you're saying that like United would be pissed, but then what
Like
about
he
the
might
other
not
pilots?
want to. He might be like, bro, I have a job. I'm not trying to be
I'm
involved.
still
Why
asking
are you
him now.
talking for him? You don't know
Yeah,
what he's
I'm
gonna
asking
say.
him.
I'm just saying you might get a more honest answer if you just record down here and don't say anything and don't
I'll
get his
ask him
face in the video.
first, man to man.
And then ask him if he can.
Yeah.
All right, that's a good strategy.
And I'd be
too.
like, yo, bro, can I please, can I get a selfie with you saying this?
I can't wait to see the comments fucking shitting on me.
I can't wait. The comments
Nah,
gonna really
I think I'm getting shit.
I knew Aljo was stupid. He's a
'Cause I feel
flat
like-
earther
I
like
feel like
Bryce Mitchell.
I feel like I sound reasonable right now.
I knew he lost some brain cells in that fight with Sean.
No, I feel like they're gonna be like, damn, Jake's a fucking idiot. He believes everything. Like,
Nah, I think
I
I'm
think
the
there's gonna
one-
be a
I'm
lot
the
of
one
like.
gonna get
There's gonna be
shitted
some
on.
people on both sides.
Yeah.
this will be interesting. Actually, this is gonna get no views.
Let
but
us know if the Earth is flat,
I'm
please.
saying definitely not flat.
I just want to see comments. Just say flat Earth or round Earth, and that would be enough for me. Cause
Yeah.
see all the comments coming flat
All
Earth,
right,
flat
I'm
Earth.
with that.
I'm gonna read these comments. This shit's gonna be.
I want
be
to
good.
pull it.
All right, let's go eat. It's time to eat.
All right.
Guys, thank you. April 1st, it's not a joke. It's not an April Fool's joke. But we should be starting to deliver some of the bottles of Funk Harbor. So
Nice.
Thank
let
God.
you guys know that it is coming soon. And by soon, I mean like right around the corner. So make sure you guys use your pre-orders. Go to funkharbor.com. Put your email information in so that you can know and get your notification exactly when we are taking funds. See you guys soon. Stay safe, stay blessed, and question everything.
Question everything. Truth is stranger than fiction.
Yes.
God is great.
That's a great
Peace.
one.